welcome to the last video of module 10, which is AWS Advanced Networking. And the last video, the last topic of this module is AWS Transit Gateway. So what exactly the Transit Gateway is and why we use Transit Gateway. So let's start. So first of all, we'll understand the limitation of VPC peering. We have already covered VPC peering in this module, and we also did a lab. But what are limitations of VPC peering? Let's understand. So VPC peering, when you peer to VPC. So what an organization did, it created one VPC and they named it as shared VPC. Shared VPC, where they kept, let's say, a database which is shared by all who wanted to access this database. So let's say an organization has so many VPCs. Let's say an organization has 500 VPCs. Fine. Now, for all those VPC, they created one shared VPC, and in that shared VPC, they created one shared database. So one database. So those who wanted to access this database can make a connection with this shared VPC. So let's say there is VPC 1, which is having a server, and this is VPC 1, made a connection, peering connection with shared VPC. Let's say they both are in same region, and you know that VPC peering can be done on another region. So organization may be in a different region. So let's say this is another VPC in another region, and this VPC is making connection with this. So now this VPC has a total 2 peering connection, this VPC. So one this, one this. So now again come. So let's say again one connection came, let's say 3. Let's say again connection came 4. Let's say till it went to 125, everything was okay. But after 25 VPC connection, what happened? After 125 VPC connection, it reached the hard limit. It reached the hard limit. Hard limit means which cannot be further increases. So overall conclusion is that a VPC can have maximum 125 peering connection. So this VPC can have at most 125 peering connections. Peering connection. So this is something unacceptable, because in organization are 500 VPCs. Now only 125 had made the connection. What about remaining 375? What will happen to them? Do we need to create another 7 shared VPC for another 125 and another? So this is what the biggest limitation. One was the biggest limitation. So this was first limitation of VPC peering. Now coming back to the second limitation. So second limitation is that, let's say there are VPC 1, VPC 2 and VPC 3, then VPC 4 and VPC 5. Now you know that transitivity is not supported. We have already discussed that in VPC, transitivity is not supported. So for that, you have to make a complete connection with all VPC. So like it will be connection like this. So 1 with 4, 1 with 5 and 1 with 2 and 1 with 3. So this is one connection. Now 2 will make 2 with 3. 2 is already connected with 2 with 5 and 2 with 4. Fine. Then 3 with 5, 3 with 4. 3 is already connected with 1. So how many connections we are making? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 4 with 5, 10. So total we are making 10 peering connections. So if there are 5 VPCs, we are making 10 connections. So overall, the formula I could say is, there is a formula called n into n minus 1 by 2. So if there are n VPCs, so if there are 5 VPCs, so 5 into 5 minus 1 by 2 means we are making 10 peering connection. And if there are 10 VPCs, so 10 into 10 minus 1 by 2 means 45 connections we have to make. Is it not a mesh topology? So is it not a mesh topology, topology, where we are making so many connections. So the limitation needs to be overcome because organization may have thousands of VPC. And instead of mesh topology, we should have star topology. Star topology. What is star topology? Where one act as hub while other act as spokes. So if I have to make 4 peering connections or 5, so there will be only 5 connections. So this is called star topology. Fine. So there are bus topology, star topology, mesh topology. So in order to overcome this limitation, there is one more concept called AWS Transit Gateway. So AWS Transit Gateway can peer up to 5,000 VPC. Can you imagine? It can peer up to 5,000 VPC. Not only can peer 5,000 VPC, it can make VPN connections. Fine. So you can establish, you can create VPN. So you can connect, you can make a VPN connection as well. You can use transit gateway. It can be connected via direct connect. Direct connect. And what you can peer to VPC, to transit gateway. So peering of transit gateway can also be done. So peering of transit gateway can also be done. Means one transit gateway having 5,000 VPC connection can be paired with another transit gateway with another 5,000 VPCs. So 5,000 and 5,000. So can you imagine what a big network we can establish with transit gateway? So transit gateway is a service which can peer up to 5,000 VPC. You can establish a VPN connection, direct connect, and even you can peer transit gateway can also be peered. So what are attachments? Very important. So what are attachments of transit gateway? So we can attach transit gateway to VPC, to VPN, to direct connect, connect. You know what is direct connect, and also you can go with transit gateway peering. So this is very important question. What are different attachment of transit gateway? So there are different attachment of transit gateway where you can make. So how transit gateway will act as? So let's say there are this VPC, you just create one transit gateway and you can attach all transit gateway like this. So you can attach all VPC. So this is VPC 1, this is VPC 2, this is VPC 3, this is VPC 4, and this is VPC 5. So you can attach all VPC with this transit gateway. So how many connections we are making for connecting 5 VPC? 5 connections. Fine. So that is beauty of transit gateway, and transit gateway is a widely used service for networking, for making a connections. Now let me keep all these things in a VPC section only. You will find transit gateway. So now when you go to VPC in a VPC section only, you will find transit gateway. So let me show you that. So here in a VPC section, when you click on VPC, when you go down to a VPC menu, here you have what? Transit gateway. So when you click on transit gateway, so transit gateway lab is not there. In solution architect, it is in advanced architect. Do not get confused with it. You can click on create transit gateway. You give a transit gateway name and you can create transit gateway. Now you can go with transit gateway attachments, which is very important to make a note of it. So what is transit gateway attachment? When you click on transit gateway attachment, when you create transit gateway attachment, it will ask you give transit gateway attachment name. Then what is your transit gateway? So you select a transit gateway, and then what are attachment types? So you can attach transit gateway to VPC, to VPN, to direct connect, and to other transit gateway. See, you can attach to VPC, VPN, to direct connect, or you can make a peering connection with another transit gateway. So this is very important to make a note of it, that it is very important because we can have different attachment with transit gateway. So this is what I wanted to talk on transit gateway, that what is transit gateway and how it can overcome limitations of VPC peering. So at last, I'll only be saying you thank you so much for watching this video.